Hi guys, Forgotten Wolf here, and this is why I still think a 3D Mario could be coming to Nintendo Switch 2 in 2025. Before we begin, please like, share, and subscribe. At 100 subscribers, we will be doing a video on the FNAF Timeline. It'll be 1 hour, and at 200 likes, it'll be Game of Thrones Season 5 through 8 redone, and it'll be titled How to Fix Game of Thrones Ending. And thank you guys so much for 10,000 views. Yeah, the War of the Five King video is in production right now, but let's begin. So for a recap, at the Nintendo Direct, everyone was expecting a 3D Mario to be announced, but they announced Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is developed by the Mario Odyssey team, as the leaks have been saying for a while now. But this doesn't mean that a 3D Mario isn't coming. For the first point, there could be a remaster of a 3D Mario, aka Super Mario Galaxy 2. That was the obvious one. It was left out of Mario 3D All Stars, but I don't think that's very likely. Purely from a Nintendo Switch 2 point of view, there's been only a couple major series that haven't been announced getting Switch 2 enhanced versions. That being there was no Mario, no Splatoon, no Fire Emblem. Let me know if I'm forgetting. I'm not really counting Smash Bros, even though it is a major series. Yeah. All the others like Zelda, Mario Party, Metroid, all those, and Pokemon and Kirby all got major they got major announcements, being Switch 2 enhanced versions, and for Metroid a brand new game. Same with Zelda. So if we go off looking at which Mario game could be getting enhanced, that leaves Super Mario Odyssey and Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, or as I like to call it, Bowser's a Furry. Yeah, and Mario Wonder. Those three, I think we can immediately eliminate Mario Wonder, given it's very new and there's likely a sequel in development for it. And although Bowser's Fury isn't impossible, considering the game already got enhanced, I doubt Nintendo would enhance it for a third time. Or a second time, sorry. I'm not counting Captain Treasure Tracker, by the way. Although, yeah, Super Mario 3D All Stars, it's possible with Super Mario Galaxy 2 being in there. I somehow doubt that. Yeah. And as for which really only leaves Mario Odyssey, which would be pretty cool, but the problem with that is being the enhanced version. Although it's considering Mario Odyssey is already on there, and considering the Mario Odyssey team itself has been developing they were developing a scrapped Mario Odyssey 2 sequel. It's not too hard to imagine that they could just implement ideas from that into Mario Odyssey. And yeah, they do. And why would they save it from the Nintendo Direct? Because you need to announce other things at the Nintendo Direct, and there's still quite a few holes later in the year. Sure. Yeah, as for other enhanced versions, we could see at the Nintendo Direct. Maybe we'll see. I don't know if we'll get Fire Emblem. Maybe I think Splatoon could happen, but yeah. Yeah. Now, moving on to this, let's move on to the Nintendo Switch 2's first-party schedule. On June 5th, you got the Switch 2's launch day. You got Mario Kart World, Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 editions. Then later on, in July 17th, there is Donkey Kong Bonanza and Super Mario Party Jamboree Switch 2 edition, plus Jamboree TV. And then in August, you got Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, plus Star-Crossed World. And summer 2025, Drag Times Drive. And then in winter 2025, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. And then And we know late 2025 Pokemon Legends ZA, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. I also forgot to mention that I think Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, I think it's a launch game. So, yeah. And then you also got Kirby Air Riders. Sorry, I got a notification. And we're back. Sorry. Yeah, so there's the schedule. Now immediately what we can say is that we can notice that in every month it seems there's a first party new game and a Switch 2 edition game. In August we already got Mario Party Jamboree, so that leaves pretty obvious Drag Times Drive is going to come out in August 2025. That seems pretty nailed on, unless it's coming out in early July. Yeah, and then September, we have nothing. Nothing for September, October, and November, which means to me they still have games to announce. They still have a lot of games to announce. I think, and realistically speaking, September, I believe, was when Mario 3D All-Stars announced, or was released. So if you're going to make any new Mario game, that's when they're going to release it. That is surely when they're going to release it. And then for Kirby Air Riders, I could see it coming out in November, around Thanksgiving or so. Or October. And Pokemon Legends ZA, we already know that it's coming on late 2025 in October and November. And as for even an enhanced Nintendo Switch 2 Mario would work out to where it's in September. There's surely going to be another direct where we see a bunch of Mario things. Nintendo's not going to ignore Mario's 40th anniversary. But this 3D Mario, look, I still think it could happen. Pokemon, it's a huge title, I know, and supports Hyrule and Kirby, but I still have hope. There's a huge gap in September where there's surely going to be a new game. So I firmly believe that we could still see a 3D Mario in September. Plus, I recall there was a bunch of leaks. That doesn't just happen if there's nothing there. So surely, I still believe there's a 3D Mario. Even if there's not, since Sakurai is making a Kirby game, we can be very sure that in 2026 is going to be the next 3D Mario, because I'd be willing to bet actual money that they're saving the next new Zelda game for 2027 when the movie comes out. And I believe they could also release the Mario movie, the new Mario game with the Mario movie, like how Mario Wonder came out roughly the same time as the Mario movie. So yeah, I still have hope, but yeah, we've already got two Mario projects, being Mario Kart World and Mario Party Jamboree, a Switch 2 edition. So I think we can at least expect one more game. Maybe the return of Mario 35, that game, that could also happen. I wouldn't rule that out. Maybe it's Mario 40, but yeah, until next time, bye!